Hello guys. So I always wondered if someone who didn't train in something could beat someone who trained regularly in that same thing. For example, it would be hard or even impossible to beat someone in arm wrestling if they worked out regularly and you didn't. But let's say you were playing table tennis with a world champion, and you closed your eyes, swinging the racket around randomly. Could you return the ball, or could you score a point? And why do people that train are good at what they do? Well, I'm not going to answer that question, but I will leave a very good article about this in the description, which you should read if you're interested. If you read the article, you can see that brains are compared to neural networks and the way they learn. So that gave me an idea. Since I'm more familiar with genetic algorithms than neural networks, I created a genetic algorithm that works that way. It creates a list of 4 randomly generated numbers from 0 to 10. Then it creates another list with the same rules, but it makes it evolve 5 times. Finally, it adds all the numbers in a list to get its fitness. Since this genetic algorithm is only working on one individual instead of a population, I had to make it rely solely on mutation. Of course, chances of mutation were highly increased. The chances were about 1 out of 3 chance of mutation. With all this change, I don't know if this can even be called a genetic algorithm anymore, but that's how I'll call it anyway. So I had the program run 5 times, and well, here are the 5 outputs. So as you can see, at first, the individual 1 and individual 2 may be pretty similar, and the individual 1 may even have a higher fitness than individual 2. But when the individual 2 is evolved 5 times into evolved in the 2, we can see that there is a difference between the individual 1 and the individual 2. So always below the bar you can see the final fitness, and you can always see that the fitness of the second individual is always higher, except in the middle where they're the same, but that's solely by chance. But even in this case, the fitness of individual 1 is not higher than the fitness of individual 2. So I changed the code a bit and made it work like before. Only now I added a loop where the rules are that the loop can only be broken if the fitness of individual 1 is higher than the fitness of individual 2. I also added a new variable with an original value of 0, and every time the while loop would execute, it adds 1 to that variable. Basically, it's the number of times that the while loop ran with the fitness of individual 1 being smaller or equal to the fitness of individual 2. So let's take a look at the outputs of the new program. Right here we have an example of individuals that weren't trained with a higher fitness than trained individuals. However, we can also see that not one time the program was able to generate the output we wanted the first try. We also have to keep in mind that human brain and computer, while similar, are not the same. So if we came back to my example from before, where you play table tennis with a world champion, assuming that you never played table tennis, you would probably need some serious luck to defeat him.